Okay. Okay. So here's your piano keyboard, and the next step in the assignment is that you have to label it all. So it's always best to start with C. So you find your combination of two black keys, and you go to the white key that's directly to the left, and that's going to be C. And that's going to be all the time. Once you have that, as you move to the right, you simply go up alphabetically in alphabetical order. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, back to C, D, and then if there's an E sort of there at the end. Remember that the musical alphabet goes from A to G, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it repeats. Then you're going to also want to fill in the sharps and the flats. So if this is C, the black key is to the right of this white key, so I'm going higher, so this is C sharp. If this note is D, notice it goes all the way up, and then if I go to the left or lower, then that is the flat of D, so D flat. And that's how it works every time. Here's D, I move to the right, that's D sharp. Here's E, I move to the left, that's E flat. Okay, here's F sharp and G flat. The next one is G sharp and A flat. This is A sharp and B flat, and so on and so on. And you're going to fill out all three just like that. Okay, when that's all done and they're all taped together, now you've got one great big keyboard. And the thing that's nice with this is that this actually is the size of a real keyboard. So if I go all the way to the left, I'm going to put my pinky on C and use my ring finger on D, my middle on E, my pointer on F, and my thumb on G. All right, that's my bass clef and left hand. Then notice the very next C, right there, is middle C, and I just went ahead and labeled it, and you can do that too. And that's where I'm going to put my right thumb. My pointer is on D, middle finger on E, ring finger on F, and pinky on G. So that's where the right hand goes. The song that you're going to play actually uses the next octave up, and that's why we had it put in the third one. So there's a point when you're here at middle C, and then there's a point where your hand jumps up a whole octave and is on the C above. So next on the assignment, it tells you to print out a piece of music, and it is called Jazzy Joe. There it is, Jazzy Joe. And then the first thing that you're going to have to do with that is write in the note names, okay, for the right hand. Okay, so we're going to start with right hand. It seemed easiest to me to put it right above. So this first note is C. It's actually middle C, which is just explained on the worksheet. And then this is also C, C, and that's an E. And then we have this symbol right here. Do you see it? That's a tie. And what that tells me is to keep holding this note for these two values, but you don't replay the second one. You just hold it through. Okay, so I'm not even going to write the note name the second time. And then that's D, and that's C. And then you'll notice that there's these little ties all the time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mark those in just to remind myself when I'm playing that, you know, just to notice it. Don't play that one a second time. Okay, so you never play that second note with the tie. This is a weird one because look, you've got the tie between the C and the C, then you've got like a great big one. This one is saying this is all one big phrase, okay? And so it doesn't have anything to do with not playing. It's just saying, oh, put those all together and then breathe afterward. Okay, and here's a tie. You know it's a tie because it goes from one note to the very same note. Okay, if it didn't do that, then it would be a phrase mark. Okay, when that's all done, then you're going to do the same thing for the bass clef notes. So I start from the bottom to the top. I have C, E, and G, and I'm going to write that in. C, E, and G. This is what you're going to do. And then notice we've got the tie again. So you're not going to replay that. You're just going to let it keep ringing out. And then we have another one, C, E, G, tied, and then followed by rest. Okay? And then this is F and G, tied. And then we have another F and G. And then we have C, E, and G again. And then there's that tie again. Okay. We didn't talk about this. You should know that symbol. It is a repeat sign. And then you're going to repeat to the beginning and do it again. Just in case you forget, I'm going to write this in that this is a tie. You do not play the second note. It's the same note and you just let it ring out. Okay, so you're going to go ahead, you're going to label all of the treble clef and all of the bass clef, and then you're going to write in the counts, okay, the beats. So on the left hand, we have 1 dash 2 dash 3 dash 4 dash 1 dash 2, because remember that all is going together. So go ahead and put that in, and then that rest is 3 dash 4. So that's a little bit strange counting, but it makes sense when you think that you don't replay that this note just keeps playing through that whole time. Notice down here we've got dotted half note, 1 dash 2 dash 3, and there's 4 tied to 1 dash 2 dash 3 dash 4. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing at the top, just because it's a little bit, the counting will be a little different. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 dash 1, 2, 3 dash 4. Okay, so that's kind of weird counting, and I wanted to point that out to you. Okay, so once you've got it all done, it's going to look like that. I've got all the counting in, I've got all the notes written in, I've got treble clef, bass clef, all of it ready to go. Okay, so when all of that is done, now it's time to go ahead and start practicing. And so what you're going to do is first go through and say note names in rhythm. So you're going to go C, 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 E, D, C, 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 E, D, C, D, 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 F, E, D, D, E, D, C, and then you would repeat. And then here you would have C, E, G, C, E, G, rest, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, C, C, E, G, C, E, G, D, E, D, C, rest, rest. So you're going to go ahead and count it and practice it that way. Notice this is where it jumps up the octave from middle C up to the upper C. You can do the same thing with the left hand. With counting though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, rest, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that will repeat. So that's how you're going to practice it. When you're feeling good about that sort of thing, then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to your actual keyboard and practice it here, first with note names and with moving your actual fingers. So C, 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 E, D, C, 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 E, D, C, D, 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 F, E, D, D, E, D, C, C, E, G, C, E, G, rest, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, jump up the octave. C, E, G, C, E, G, D, E, D, C, rest, rest. You're going to do the same thing then for the left hand. You're going to put it here. Here's your chord. Notice I've got my pinky, my middle, my thumb. That's C, E, G. Right, there they are. Okay, so I'm going to look at the music and I'm going to count it this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Going on. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how that's going to go. When you're all done, you're going to send in two things. You're going to send in a video of your right hand playing, like I just showed you. You're going to then send in a video of your left hand playing the bass clef, like I just showed you. And then you're going to turn in your labeled piano keyboard and your labeled music. And that's your whole piano project. Okay, miss you guys. Bye.